Hello everyone, welcome to a continuation of IV flow rate. This is a part 3 of the modules related to IV flow rate. So with this problem, it reads an IV prescription has been ordered to run 2.5 drops per minute. It contains 875 milligrams of the drug in a total of 250 milliliter. How many milligrams of the drug will the patient receive per hour if the set is calibrated to deliver 15 drops per milliliter? So with this, it has a lot of information in it. There's going to be two-part process in order to determine what our answer will be. So the key question here is how many milligrams, and we'll come back to that much later in the problem. So let's just highlight the items that we're going to need to do our setup as always. So we're going to need the 2.5 drops per minute. The 850 milligrams is going to be needed. Again, that's going to be a much later process. We're going to use the 250 in our immediate problem setup. The 1 hour that you see here per hour is going to be needed much later in the second half of the problem. And the 15 drops is going to be needed in our immediate setup. So as we may have already been accustomed to, drops per minute equals to volume in milliliter times drops in milliliter, okay, divided by time in minutes, okay. So with this, we are going to set up and just plug in our problems. So we know our drops per minute to be the 2.5, so we're going to bring that over as 2.5 without repeating the term minutes, drops per minute. So 2.5 equals, okay, as you can imagine, what do you think the volume is? The volume in milliliter is the 250 that you see here. The 250 here is the volume, so it's going to be 250 ml, and we are going to multiply that by drops per milliliter. And where do you see that? Yes, the 15 is our drops, so that's going to be the 15 here, the 15 drops per milliliter. And we're going to divide that by our time in minutes. That's what we are looking for. We don't know what that is. So, as I initially indicated, this is a two-part process to determine our answer. So whenever we've set up the first stage, let's go ahead and multiply. When we multiply 250 by 15, so 250 times 15, what I get is, it's a huge number and that's fine, 3,750, okay? So again, that's based on the 750, that's based on the 250 times the 15. That's where we got the 3750 from. And again, as always, we're going to just cross multiply. So when we do that, the 23750 is going to be divided by 2.5. And when we do that, what we get is 1500. Okay, so the 3750 divided by 2.5 is 1,500. Okay, so this 1,500, we are going to need that because that is basically our amount in minutes. Okay, so 1,500 minutes is not the answer that we are looking for because the question says how many milligrams of the drug will the patient receive, okay, per hour. So the patient is receiving 875 milligrams of the drug per 1,500 minutes. But that is the time based off of this dose. Okay, this here is based off of 1,500. But if the question, we go back to the question, it says how many milligrams of the drug per hour. So just for the sake of space, I'm going to erase this so that we can continue our problem. So with that, I'm going to bring the 875. We are going to bring the 875 over here. 875. As I indicated earlier, we're going to use that in our second segment, and this is where we add. So we are using it now. 875 over the 15 minutes that we got. So this is in the minutes, and let's change the color a little bit. Okay, so we got the 875 equals 1500 minutes. When it's 60 minutes, let's keep the colors the same, sorry. When it's 15 minutes, when it's 60 minutes, and I apologize, just so when it's 60 minutes, okay, where did I get the 60 minutes from? Okay, the 60 minutes, excellent. So the 60 minutes is from the 1 hour. When it's 1 hour, how many milligrams is it? And that is what the question is asking. We would not have known this 1500 had we not gone through the IV flow rate process that we did in the previous problem. But this is kind of getting more complicated. It's not asking us to find a solution to the IV rate. It partially does, but the question clearly asks how many milligrams would it be per hour. Okay, that hour is the 60 minutes, and this is therefore very straightforward. We're going to cross multiply, okay, and then divide by 1500. So when I multiply 1500 by I'm sorry, take it back. And when I multiply 60 by 875, so 60 times 875, I get 52,500. Let's make a space here. This is very, okay, I don't think we need this anymore. So what I get when I multiply 875 times 60, I get 52,500. Okay, so again, with all cross multiplication process, we're going to divide this number by the number that crosses x, which gives us, okay, I'm going to divide this by 1500, and what I get, or what we get when we do this, is 35 milligrams. Okay, so what I got for x, when I did this, is 35 mg per hour. So the answer to the problem is 35 milligrams per 1 hour. That 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes down here. Okay, it's a lot of writing going on. This is a very complex problem. Um, I'm not satisfied with the way I went about explaining it, but if it's clear to you, I'm glad it is. If it's not, please don't hesitate to reach out. Leave the comments below and I will follow up with your questions. But with this being a two-part process, again, not having enough room to kind of work this out is pretty challenging. But otherwise, it's very straightforward if you were able to kind of follow along. If not, please don't hesitate to pose your questions where you may have misunderstood, and I'll be more than happy to redo this or walk you through the same question or something similar. With that, thank you for watching. Take care and see you in our next episode. Bye bye.